We haven't got the clacker today, so episode 2 of the Pills to Hills podcast. I'm one of the hosts, Ryan Stevens.
And I'm one of the hosts, Mike Evans.
And we are here today with our first guest, Jimmy Watkins from Running Punks.
Yes, hello. Thank you for having me. It's an honour to be your first guest.
You're welcome.
It's just a coincidence that I was cleaning the toilets at the time when you started recording. So thanks for dragging me out to do something other than bleach a bowl.
Do you know what? I'm going to say, well, we already said this already. I can appreciate the shirt and Jack. You come in wherever it's over there in the background, but yeah, it's loud and I like it.
Yeah,
a little bit beige now.
Yeah, my every time I get dressed, I just think, what would it be like if I was drunk and blindfolded and running through TK Maxx? What would I look like? And then if it passes that test, I'll wear it out. Definitely.
That is like the shirt you get in TK Maxx as well. You find some mad shit there, don't you?
You do find some mad stuff in there. Yeah, I've seen like a big puff, like a proper puffer coat type thing. Like, you know, one of those memes you see when you meet the final boss?
Yeah.
You get, when you beat all the other bosses, you meet the final boss, and someone in a big puffy thing like that. I've seen loads of mad coloured ones in there like that, and I think I'd love to wear one of those, but yeah, I'd look like twat.
The thing is with TK Maxx, it's like well known that it sells crazy stuff, but I don't think it's spoken about enough how it just has normal stuff.
Yeah.
I bought a sieve from the other day. Like, you got to celebrate the normal stuff in TK Maxx. They got protein bars in it.
It's like the Aldi version of clothes stores, isn't it? Like, you go into Aldi for like a pint of milk, you come out with a fucking snow shovel and a set of Crocs.
You know, I got banned from there actually. I forgot. From TK Maxx. I totally forgot about that. I think a couple of us when we were younger, we went in there and you know, as you do when you're like in school, we changed the label.
I went to school in the 80s, like we didn't have TK Maxx. We had air raid shelters to go in.
We changed the label or something, but somebody had already changed the label on this. So it looked like we changed it twice and tried knocking like 100 quid off or something, or like not that much, but like a stupid amount. And they banned us. So what are we doing?
Let's turn the brightness down.
Send an email.
Down 2% already.
So yeah, no, I'm no longer banned from TK Maxx.
That's
Anyway.
good.
They let me in these days.
Is there still one in Swansea? So one up in the
Morva.
There's no excuse for you to not dress like me from now on then.
This is true.
I reckon.
I got loads of shirts like that.
You have.
I've got some mad shirts.
I reckon next episode we go to TK Maxx
and get
some clover.
Oh yeah.
A rock up in that.
I like that. Yeah.
It's like a stag party when you go to a charity shop and you have a tenner each. And come out dressed like another lady.
Yeah, I like
Sticking
that.
a piss.
Should we get into the episode then?
Yeah, go on then.
I thought that was it. I thought we were wrapping up. Enjoyed that. Thanks a lot. Enjoyed that.
Actually, no, that's what I was going to say. So, first episode that we done, when did we release it? 2 weeks ago, wasn't it?
No, it was last week, wasn't it?
Last week. Yeah.
So last Monday we filmed it, last Friday it came out.
There we are. So when we released the first episode, we've had an amazing response. We've had people from Denmark,
America,
USA, what other ones? Belgium?
What other ones?
I think it was just UK, Denmark, and America.
Oh,
that's good. That's good.
Yeah,
we clicked that by accident. Going,
that's really good.
So it's been nice. We had a great response as well.
Yeah, we had loads of good response on like social media and stuff. And when I went for a run with a few of the boys on Sunday, and a few of them said they'd all listen to it and they really enjoyed it.
That's amazing.
And this one's going to be a banger. Famous German. Actually, while we get on, before we get into the questions and stuff, that was the run, wasn't it? That you fucked your leg up?
Yeah.
So, yeah, go on. Do you want to tell people?
Tell us around your leg.
Show us your leg.
I heard the tattoo fell off.
There is a tattoo on an ankle still up in, I didn't even know what mountain it was. I've only ever run 2 mountains and I fucked my ankle up twice.
It's in a van you were on, isn't it?
That's the one. Yeah, so I went up with, there were some good like runners there, like Lee Davis was there, Jegs was there, Simon Malley, there's some really good runners there.
That's the one with like a ghost in the lake, right?
Yeah. You go down, the view, even though it was like misty, the views were amazing when you could actually see. But yeah, I got like 11 miles in and they just rolled it. But I rolled it the week before, so I think it was just on top of that.
Well, that's where we met.
I was going to say, we met running up a mountain.
Yeah.
Was it there?
Yeah.
I don't even know where it was.
I was that mountain. It was that mountain.
It's class, isn't it?
Was it?
So that's why I wanted to bring that up, actually, because we went to Love Trails, didn't we? Love Trails the mini festival that they did during like lockdown and around COVID times. So, and I remember we were running up that. It was it's a mountain, right? It was vertical, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And I fancy my chances running up mountains. and I was going for it, and like, I'm like, what the fuck is this guy? Right?
So you hadn't met each other?
No.
We were talking, we were
Yeah.
talking, and like he's speaking to me in full sentences while we're running up a mountain, right? I'm like, and like it got to the point. I think I said to you, like, I'm gonna have to. I either said I'm gonna have to drop back, or I think you said I'm gonna push on a little bit. And I swear to God, right, we all of us, and then the rest of us, we're sort of running up this mountain, and then I see him. He's just a dot in the distance at the top of the mountain, right?
Neon dot.
Yeah. He's miles away, right? But then I was like, who the fuck is that? But then he runs back down. Literally, you come back down, didn't you? You met
To
us
see if
all.
everybody was right.
Yeah, and you were like, oh, I'm just gonna run with you all now, guys, and stuff. And I was like, well, what's going on here? But that was it. We got the top, didn't we? And then we went back down and around.
Yeah.
And when we got back around then, so Theo from Love Trails,
Yeah.
I always remember this as well. Theo was like, oh, I'll take the front of the pack now. I'll take the lead. And he's like a fucking gazelle.
It was
right?
crazy, yeah.
You said, didn't you? Me and Jimmy were sprinting, right?
Yeah.
And we couldn't get.
You said he's fast.
And you said you were like his feet didn't touch the floor.
Yeah, it was mad.
He was floating. Like, it's a proper technical terrain as well.
He was like the skeleton on The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh, Jack.
Like, who just runs laps of the world.
How would you get like that though? Because Lee Davis is the guy. He was like literally flying down. I don't know if you saw his story. He was flying down this side mountain. I was looking at him going, how are you doing that?
I think like to run quickly up a mountain is stupidity, and running quickly down a mountain is bravery. I think like I'm definitely not a brave person, so I was okay going up, but coming down. But at the time I didn't own a pair of trail shoes. Remember, everyone was laughing at me because I just had road shoes on.
I remember that. Yeah.
I didn't really know what trail shoes were.
Yeah.
So it was a ridiculous idea.
So what are you on about? I'm not spending extra money.
Off-road shoes. It just made no sense to me. Like, so I was running up in a pair of just road shoes, and then when we were running down, I was slipping everywhere, and then I bought a pair of trail shoes in TK Maxx.
Is it actually? Is it?
No.
Abrasive.
You said that, and I'm thinking I probably didn't realize that trail shoes were a thing until like 2019 when I did the first ultra, because I wore like Reebok trainers, which are about 30 quid from Sports Direct on my first ultra, and the terrain was horrific, but like we were just slipping aside and ever and stuff like that. I don't think I knew actually.
I thought trail shoes were just the shoes that people wore when they went to the library for shit or something. Like I did. I only ever saw weird people in
non-shoes
in geeky places like World of Warcraft in shoes that looked like cross between like a shoe and a tractor tire, and I was like, oh, that's what you wear them for when you're playing imaginary games with your friends. I didn't realize they were actually for running. So I love them now.
You have got trail shoes now.
I've got them inside my shoes that I've got on now. I wear 2 pairs of shoes on each foot, just in case. Just in case. Yeah.
Well, the price of them now though. Trail shoes aren't cheap, are they? Some of them are silly prices.
Yeah, do you know? But you love, like I always say this, right? He loves
a marketing employee.
A marketing employee, yeah, he does. He loves a marketing.
I'm like a magpie. I'm like, it's a nice logo. I'm like, I like that.
Yeah. They do last longer than normal shoes though. I've been running in the same trail shoes probably since then. Was that like 4 or 5 years ago? 4 years ago?
4 years.
They do last longer.
Yeah.
I'm going to start racing in trail shoes.
I think it was 4 years. Yeah. Lockdown. Yeah. So going like back to the start then actually. So like because obviously
my birth. I didn't have trail shoes on then. My mum did.
It's like that.
With the hiking pole and everything.
Yeah, 2 poles coming like that.
Hiked my way to the registry office. Picked up my bib.
I'll take all of you, man.
Yeah.
I don't need breastfeeding.
Mother's got 2 gels strapped to it.
Look at what's that fucking? I don't need breast milk. I got tailwind. No, so running actually. So because you run, why don't you tell me? I'm not going to spoil the story. So like, when did you start running? Like, if you want to go back to the start, if anyone doesn't know who the fuck you are.
I was like, my main sport was rugby growing up, rugby and football, and then I started running in between like the rugby season stuff to keep fit, and I just found out that I was kind of good at it, and it came really naturally, which is really weird because all the other sports seemed like a struggle, but I just seemed to be able to run. So I just started doing stuff on the track, and then I started running for Great Britain. I ran in the final of the World Championships in 2006 in Moscow. Had the Welsh indoor 800 meter record for a while. So yeah, I just picked up running kind of quickly and just got good at it quite quickly, but then quit. Yeah, that's my story, I guess.
How old were you then?
So I started, like I ran in school kind of competitively in sixth form. So what's that, like 17 and 18, isn't it?
Yeah, sixth form. Yeah.
So I did like English schools and stuff then, because I went to school in England. So I did 800 and 400, and then I went to Australia to play rugby for a year.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I came back and I was playing for Pontypridd for a bit. And then I remember playing like 3 games in a row where I didn't touch the ball. I was on the wing. And I said to my dad, like, if I don't get the ball in this next game, I'm quitting. And we played, I remember like so clearly, we played Bridgend in the brewery field and I didn't touch the ball. And I was like, that's it. I am not like training for this sport anymore. So my dad I remember my dad got a book at the library. And then he was like, right, I'll coach you. We'll do 800 meter running, because that's what we did in school. And it was literally just, we went down the track and all I did was 800 meters over and over, like, because we didn't really know what we were doing. And then we started just running up the mountain a lot, and kind of we measured out 800 meters on a mountain. So I'd be running it, walking back, running it. And then my dad entered me into some races. What's happened there?
I know, it's all good. It's
So
Microsoft Auto Update.
No! TK Maxx voucher.
Yeah.
And then, like, I started running for Wales. And then I think maybe 2 years later, I had my first British Fest. It's all a bit of a blur, really. But I was just turned up and I was just racing and I was just doing all right.
That's mad, actually. Like, because it's... Did you find that... Because there's a lot of pressure on you, I suppose, isn't there, when you're training at that level?
Yeah.
Would you say that was it difficult? Do you know what I mean? To like kind of
to deal with,
well, no, to just like just to carry on normal life whilst also training to that extent, or did you just feel like it was just part of who you are, what you do in your life?
Yeah, I just really wanted to do it, and the main thing was that I just enjoyed it. I was just really enjoying it. So I didn't really feel like a lot of pressure. I remember like some of my biggest races, I was quite calm. Like I remember before running in the final of the World Champs, I was really calm. I fell asleep on a massage table, maybe like 2 hours before the race. I just lay on it and I fell asleep. I was kind of like just preoccupied with what I had to sing in my head all the time, like what's going to be the last song I listen to before getting on the track. And that used to stress me out more than the race itself. I'd be like, I can't pick this one. I want to pick this one. I want something new. And so I didn't feel a lot of pressure really. It was kind of like I enjoyed it because I was working in Virgin Megastore at the time in Cardiff. And I used it was good. Like, yeah. And I used to say things like, because everybody knew I was an athlete, I'd say things like, I got to go warm weather training. So I'd have a week off and I'd stay in Cardiff, but I would just go on sunbeds in vest and shorts. And then I'd go back to work a week later with the vest suntan and say I'd been abroad, but I'd just been running around Ross Lake or something. So like, it was, I don't know, it was different. There weren't many people running.
What was it like going from training like to rugby all the time and then switching just to purely just run in?
You didn't have to deal with forwards. Yeah. So it was brilliant. It was really good. And you got to train with girls. So you can't, we didn't do that with rugby. So I remember that was like an eye opener. I really enjoyed that. Just like not in a creepy, pervy way. It was just nice to train with loads of like, do you know what I mean? Like rugby players at the time we were all really similar. Yeah. Like it was like almost like, you know, like the blancmange thing where you make like a rabbit blancmange.
Oh yeah.
It literally just went like that with people from the valleys.
What's a blancmange? A cake?
No, blancmange like pink custard.
Yeah.
You know what blancmange is?
Or jelly. Imagine jelly. You know what jelly is, right? Yeah. So it's like loads of jelly molds of
the same
men who are into the same things, and then all of a sudden you're doing athletics, and everyone's into different stuff. Yeah. Like, it was,
all my school mates
some fucking blancmange on the way home now.
Get some blancmange, yeah. No, there's probably like a blancmange factory in Mumbles or something. Yeah, probably hipster blancmange.
I don't even know if you can get blancmange anymore.
I've never.
They used to sell it in school, like school dinners.
You don't sell it. Do you have to buy it?
Oh, they'll sell it, you know what I mean? Give it to you.
Teachers are selling it.
And you used to have like the pink, you'd have blancmange, you'd have pink custard as well. You'd have like the big square sponge cake, pink custard.
Yeah. Oh yeah. See?
You can still taste it.
Are you human
for this, am I? I'm gonna have to do some research.
You're going straight to Tesco's after and get some blancmange.
Do you know what though, right? You've taken me back now, but I'm thinking when I was in school, they used to have the dinner ladies. They used to keep all the nice soft cookies and flapjacks, the soft ones, underneath the till and the counter and stuff. So when everybody went in, right, like, you know, they just go in and get the normal ones. But, you know, if you were one of the ones they liked, you know, and you spoke to them nice and that.
A bit noncy, but yeah.
Well, you know, you'd go in, oh, okay, now what's that then?
Is Jimmy sad like that?
Any cookies there? Oh yeah, and stunning. Do you know what I mean?
What a weird thing though to be a kid who's popular with the dinner ladies.
Yeah.
No said it.
I'd rather be popular with the other kids.
When I was in college, I used to get dinner on tech. Like, I'd be like, "Oh, I haven't got money today. Can I give you tomorrow?" Then, you know, I used to rack a bill. My mother was a nurse in beside college, so they used to go to and be like, "It was like 30 quid, buying chicken and chips and muffin every day."
I didn't have that luxury. It was literally, I think. And we got like 1 or 2 pieces of toast, and that was probably our limit. Like, you know, because who the fuck, you know, none of us had money, especially in the school I was in. And then one of my mates, right, like, you know, his family had money and stuff, and I'd always remember it. He would go in, he'd have 4 pizza slices this is break, this is not even lunch, right? So break, he'd have 4 pizza slices and 10 pieces of toast. And not 10, I swear to God,
for bread every day.
I swear to God, that's what he had, right? And he's like this as well. He's always been like that.
It was a nickname, Povas.
No, it was nuts. Like, he used to waste half of it. So, like, the rest of us are fucking starving there because we can just about afford the butter on the bread. And he's there. He wouldn't even eat the crusts and stuff. He just eats the soft bit in the middle, and he's got half the loaf then on the table afterwards. It's a bit of a shit story, really. I don't know where I was going with that one. But.
School pizza used to be the best, isn't it? The square school pizza. I used to love that.
Yeah, or school cake. School cake on a run is a good one, actually. Have you ever eaten school cake on a run?
What do you mean?
On a run? Oh, what's that stuff?
What do you mean? You know, like a white sponge cake with all like
the sprinkles on it.
Oh yeah, that's my favourite birthday cake, by the way.
Yeah.
If anyone's getting me a birthday cake,
alright,
that's the one.
School cake.
That's the one. Yeah, is that always called school cake?
I think so. Because my missus makes sometimes, and I'm sure she calls it school cake.
It's probably got another name.
Probably got an official name.
Yeah.
What's the stuff you always get from that cafe by 3 Cliffs when we go running?
I was going to say cocaine then, but I was like, no, I wouldn't say it, but I said it anyway. So yeah, but
we're in a safe place. We're in the bubble.
We're in the bubble.
So what is that stuff you always get? Bar of bread, isn't it?
Bar of bread.
Oh yeah, you love that stuff, don't you?
I don't think I can eat it now though, because it's got to be wheat, isn't it? Like,
probably
the intolerance thing. Yeah.
I don't think I listened to it there either. I've asked for like when we have a coffee, like, can I have a can of milk? I'm like, have coconut milk. I'm like, yeah, I'm sure they just pour normal milk in it. I'm drinking it, yeah.
Do you know what though? Like, you know, if you had somebody who's like, just, I don't know, a bit like psychotic or whatever, that just like works in a coffee shop or McDonald's or something like that, they would do mad shit, probably. Do you know what I mean? They'd probably find it quite entertaining to themselves to just do mad shit, to, like, not just like, I don't know, take a shit in your burger.
Don't say it, I know.
I was convinced that same calf in 3 Cliffs, when we went, me, Billy and Richard went for Richard's first marathon, I was convinced he put pills in our coffee, because we got to the sand dunes and I was like, I can feel my heart. I was like, fucking hell. I was like, proper. I was
really?
Like, panic attack. And I looked at Rich, he was like, what was in that coffee? We were all like,
we both the same, yeah.
Yeah, it was mad. We had a couple of bananas and stuff. I was right then. My blood sugar goes just through the roof, like.
From pills back to pills.
I think on the way back, that's when Rich buddy shoplifted. I'll get in trouble. We went there. If anyone's watching for that week's cap, we went there and he had to be back to get his boys, I think. So he was like, oh, fuck. And he was like, where are they? So he had like a thing. He's like, oh, sod it. He just walked out the shop with whatever he had in his hands. He was like, I have to go back and put money down. And I was like, I know. Sorry, Rich. He's going
to get arrested after this now. Yeah. All right, okay, I'm going to go back to Love Trails a minute, actually.
Okay.
I just got some random questions here. I'm just going to go back to that.
All right.
Yeah, so, Love, we met on that first one, but you've been twice since, is it? How many times have you been in Love Trails? You went, like, when it first started.
I was going to say, how long has it been going on for?
I don't really know, like
2017, I think.
Oh, isn't that? I thought it was quite a new thing.
But then COVID, obviously with COVID, they couldn't do the prop festival, so I think they've done maybe 5 or 6 years, but it started in 2017, something like that.
Yeah.
That doesn't work out. But anyway.
I don't know. I don't know when it started.
But you play in a band as well, didn't you? So you play in a band and you played at Love Trails.
Oh God, yeah, it was awful. Yeah, it was awful.
You were awful.
No, I think we were awful as well. But yeah, the whole thing was just like, because I remember we couldn't go on because the wind was so strong because they took the back of the stage off, and it was like, And then 2 of the boys were going to a festival, so they were in a rush, like in the band. They were like, "We got to get going," and I was just like, it's just weird vibes when we played that gig, which is a shame because I was really looking forward to it. I was like, "Oh my god, I get to play a gig at a running festival," but just everybody on stage was on edge, and I just pick up on that, and then I could not relax.
Yeah,
and then it was like just
I guess you.
Yeah, you're trying to like, and for some reason I had like dungarees on, which are too small for me. I had denim dungarees that were like really riding up high on the crotch, and the whole
bulge in there. Like.
Yeah, it was really horrible. Like it was really, So that was one of the last gigs I played with that band. Then.
Oh, you're not with them anymore?
No.
No, go on. I was gonna say it's amazing idea, like a festival for running and stuff.
Yeah,
it's class. It is.
Yeah, definitely. It's a good idea, and it's like I don't know. That kind of thing would have been unheard of.
Oh yeah,
10 years ago.
Well,
maybe
they were the first ones as well, actually, in the world. I think.
I couldn't believe how big it. When you said about Love Trails before, I thought it was like some little local thing.
Yeah,
it was. I didn't know how big it was. It's massive.
There's not that many people from Swansea to go. Like so even though
it's very lots of English people are there, aren't they?
Yeah, it's like 90%.
Well, that guy I met last year when I got my keys wet and I'm stuck on Rosilli. That he was from Australia, and he was like, "Yeah, I think he's from Brisbane." And I just because I was running on the trails, and I think he was doing a race there, but he was like, "Oh, I'll come for you with me." We ran together and dipped in Blue Pool, but yeah, he was from Australia.
Yeah,
so from all over the place.
You couldn't get in your car after that, could you?
I was trapped in Rosilli for 10 hours.
Oh, really?
I told my wife, I was like, "I won't be long." Went down Rosilli for a trail run. Cut the story short. Bumped into this Australian guy. I was like, "Oh, I'm going to go for a quick dip, like a halfway run, dip in Blue Pool if you want to come." He's like, "Yeah, no worries." Like, it was amazing. Like, the weather was banging. I was like, it was perfect. I was like, I dived in, just talking, got back up, put our shoes on, parted ways. As I'm running, I could feel jingling. I was like, "Oh, for fuck." When like that, my car keys were in my pocket. I soaked all the immobiliser. So
really? Okay, yeah.
Car, but I was trapped down there for like 10 hours. I had to get someone to give me a jump start.
There's worse places to be trapped.
We got no signal. I had to at the pub for
nothing. Yeah,
3 hours.
Did you have money in? Was it? Your shit was in the car, was it?
Well, what happened was I got back to the car. I managed to open it with the key, but then I was trying to start it. It wouldn't work. So I was like, I'll go sit in the pub, wait for Lynn to come get me. But then, because I couldn't lock the door, the interior light was on. So when I came back and she eventually came down like 3 hours later, my battery died.
Oh,
so she brought me my spare key, and I was like, it's not working. So she had to take me to a petrol station. She's fuming. She took me to a petrol station, get jump leads, and then managed to get out there. But it was like a 10-hour fucking ordeal.
Amazing.
Yeah,
that's why nobody from Swansea goes there.
That's
why. Do you do long distance stuff then? Do you or like?
Every year I try and run 27 miles.
Yeah. Why 27?
I lost a bet in a pub years ago.
Yeah.
And the forfeit was to run 27 miles
every year.
Like on the day he was meant to be,
yeah.
After the rugby game, and I just couldn't do it because I had suede shoes on. And then I kept putting it off and off and off, and then maybe like 7 years later, I was reminded that I still had to run 27 miles, and luckily I started running again, so I felt fit enough to give it a go, so I did it. And then every year I try and run that one off 27 miles. That's like the furthest run I do every year.
Do you do trail as well, or do you go like what's roads?
It depends. Like I just walk up my door and just go, I'm gonna go down there, or I'm gonna go up there.
Do you know, I like doing that.
Yeah.
Do you ever do that?
Yeah, kind of. You got some nice places in Britain. Like,
yeah.
I haven't been a Swiss.
Like Primark's a good place to go for a run.
Yeah.
Really love a couple of laps to Primark.
Just run around there, put loads of different random clothes on.
I got all the Strava segments in Primark.
I'm coming from
Home Bargains, really good place to go for a run. Boots.
Have you seen Nedge's Urban Sports? Have you Balls of Steel?
Yeah,
yeah. Because you've got Nedge's Urban Sports. I mean, Nedge's Knock and Don't Run, and
he throws burgers at people, doesn't he?
Yeah, that might be Urban Sports. Actually, Nugget. But there's one of them as well where he's
in the shopping centre.
That's it. He's in the shopping centre. He pretends to rob a hat or something, and the security guard will be coming. You're like, come on then, and he's just fucking.
He's got a cowboy hat on, isn't he?
I think I saw that when I was like 22, and it was the first time I'd ever laughed in my life. Yeah. When I was 22 watching that, I never laughed until then. What? Genuine.
Really?
No, I'm joking. I do remember. That's funny.
Never laughed until 22. Look at
every year I had a little calendar, and I was like, whatever, like 2001, still haven't laughed. And my parents would kind of ask me, like, what do you want for Christmas? And I'd be like, it's not a laugh. You know? And my parents separated, so I didn't laugh, you know. And my granddad died and I didn't laugh. And then that guy came on, Urban Sports, I laughed and it was all right. And then my hair fell out. And I haven't laughed since. But what I'm saying is, I do remember that, and that made me laugh when I saw that. But yeah, clearly he's got some good running.
I feel dull as fuck now.
Yeah, you should do it.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
I feel
embarrassed. I'm a guest as well. That's the kind of stuff you should be doing to guests.
Yeah.
But Llanelli's good for running. I started running again when I moved to Llanelli. Like before I moved there, I hadn't really run for maybe like 10 years.
So when did you stop?
When I just discovered free alcohol. And then I was like, this is way better.
Yeah.
I kind of stopped when the band I was in was touring a lot and stuff. And then it would be like, while I was at home, I'd kind of get a little bit fit and we go on tour and I just fall off the wagon. And then the more and more I did that, I was just like, I haven't got the energy to get back into it. So yeah, I was like quite like self-destructive, wasn't really looking after myself. And I moved to Llanelli and honestly, it was just kind of like, this place looks like a nice place to go running.
Yeah.
And then, that's where I started running again in 2019.
Was that the thought then? Was it like, I just, it looks like a nice place to go running, and then went, or was it kind of, like you said, you wanted to get back into it and just thought, I've got a bit more time now or something? What was the...
Yeah, it was like the day I moved to Llanelli, I went to the town centre for the first time. So moved there without ever going to the town centre. And I remember sitting outside the job centre having a Jenkins bakery, and there was a guy in a white tracksuit doing shadow boxing. And I thought, this is really weird. I've made a mistake. Like, I should not have moved here. And then...
it's literally the dodgy place.
And then I walked through the town centre and I saw a seagull eating a rat. And I was like, I'm getting really bad vibes from this place. Like, I feel this place might be cursed. And I thought, I need to run away from this curse. Literally, I need to do something. So I started running. That's kind of true. I just moved there and I thought, there's not a lot to do here. So let's start running. There's not a lot of distraction.
Yeah.
Like when I lived in Cardiff, it was really easy to just fill your day going. You know what I mean? It was only so long I could watch a guy shadow boxing outside a job centre. Like after 6 hours, I was kind of like, I'm gonna go for a run.
I wonder if that was part of the interview.
So and I do interview him for a fucking boxing training, and he's just out the front like that.
I still see him now and again, and I just feel like stopping him and going, I just want to tell you, like, you don't know me, but you've had an integral part in changing my life. Like 5 years later, you're still shadow boxing, but how many people has he motivated?
Llanelli is a mad place.
It is a mad place.
It is crazy. Yeah, there's I'm trying to think if I got any mad Llanelli stories.
I get the feeling like if something happened to Llanelli and all the paving stones were thrown in here, they discover like an evil swamp under it, or like some ancient burial place, because it's just odd. I remember reading a Philip K. Dick book that was set on Mars, and I was reading it and all these like weird characters in it, and I looked up and I was in Llanelli Market and I was literally like, I can't tell the difference between these mutants on Mars and Llanelli Market. But it's a good place.
So it's been since 5 years, is it?
Yeah, I started running again January the 1st, 2019. So up until then, I was like drinking loads, partying a lot, not looking after myself, being a prick. And then January the 1st, I was just like, I'm going for a run. And then I kind of haven't stopped since.
Yeah, and you haven't drank either, have you?
No, I haven't drunk for 5 years now.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I was going to ask about that, like, because for somebody like, I think alcohol now, especially these days, people are like, starting to realise, actually, I can do other shit to be with my mates and socialise or have fun, and it actually doesn't mean that I'm boring because I don't drink. Which is kind of like what people, like,
it's people used to say, isn't it? Like, 10 years ago when we were teenagers, whatever, you wouldn't get non-alcoholic beer. Maybe like one.
Yeah. There's always like Beck's Blue, and then that was my first experience of alcohol-free beer. It's like Beck's Blue, and it just tasted like mouthwash of being outside for 5 years.
That Guinness 0%.
That's nice, yeah.
Like, it's lovely. It's like nice as normal Guinness.
I don't really like Guinness, actually. I'm not a massive fan, but yeah, that drop beer stuff is really nice.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. I can't.
Swansea as well.
Yeah, they are, aren't they? Yeah, they are. Yeah. So 5 years without a drink. My last drink was like a pint of whiskey with popcorn in it, or something. Again, it was probably me just a day. And then
whiskey.
I woke up, I went to work, and I got shouted at something that was nothing to do with me. It was my fault. And I just started crying. And then I was like, this is ridiculous. Like, I'm blaming that pint of whiskey and popcorn. And then I was like, I'm going to do a week. And I did like a week without drinking. I just felt good, and I just kept on going and going. So yeah, but I'm gonna drink as soon as we finish this.
What?
We got that.
What would you say as like, you know, someone listening or watching? What would you say? I'm just thinking that, you know, of the, like, if someone's listening now and they wanted to stop or wanted, you know, if they just feel like it's not, I don't know, like productive to their life anymore, like what would you say, like advice wise, that to help them get through that? Or just make the decision to fuck it off? Like,
it's tough. Like I think everybody will do it for like different reasons. And there's so many people told me I needed to stop drinking, and I just didn't listen.
Yeah.
But it was when I kind of realized myself, you know, that sounds like such a wishy-washy answer, but it was when I kind of knew deep down I had to stop doing it.
Yeah.
But I would say the best thing to do is start doing something that makes you feel better physically. That could be anything, like from flicking TV channels really quickly, or like
Shopping in TK Maxx,
biting dogs, or anything that makes you feel. I don't know. Do it, like just just do something that makes you feel better physically. You know, like riding giraffes around Longleat or whatever. Because you start noticing then that your body genuinely communicates with you. Like I'm sure you understand. And when your body starts feeling good, your mind is feeling good as well, and you just know that you're doing something that's working on all levels. Like, because my problem was that mentally I wanted to stop drinking, but it was also my brain that wanted to drink. So it's kind of like, how do you win that fight? But when my body was telling me to stop drinking, so it was like 2v1 then, and it's like my body and my brain were saying, no, this is good, keep on going. And then you just get the stage where you just don't miss it. You know?
That's good, actually. Yeah. And I know what you mean as well. Like, you know, I think running's a great outlet for that, because like I think, you know, we've all probably experienced it. Like when you get to that point in a run, and you just get that flood of endorphins.
Yeah.
Fucking unbelievable.
Yeah.
And like you said, I think when you put that in contrast then to like you said, how you feel if you've got a drink and stuff, like you feel just quite shit and not great, especially the next day and stuff in there. And that's where I think anybody who's like, I don't even know if your diet's great or if you're doing this good stuff, the good stuff, fitness wise, health wise and things, you notice the effects of, say, alcohol or shit food more. Because like your baseline is kind of, you know, out there now, and all of a sudden you're just putting this shit or toxic stuff in your body, and it's going, oh, I really don't like that. But like you said, I think if you're doing it more often, you don't really notice how good you could feel mentally and physically until you sort of, like you said, pull yourself out of it, step out of it, and, you know, and take a break from it.
And the older you get as well, it takes you longer to recover. Like if I go out with the pest, like around Christmas time, I was fucked like a week. And you just feel like you said, you feel shitty for like 5 days or whatever. And like the first run back or the first gym test, whatever you do back, always hanging.
That's what I like about Love Trails actually, is they do promote like more, quite what do they call it? Like,
I was going to say pills.
They promote pills instead of alcohol. No, it's like they've got like non-alcoholic sponsors for beers.
Oh, they?
Like, you know, it's probably like
Lucky Saint is there, isn't it? Lucky Saint.
Yeah, it's like a 50-50 mix, I'd say, of alcohol and non-alcohol. And if you think for the festival, you would assume it would be
all alcohol.
Alcohol, but no, they're very sort of more pro pushing non-alcoholic stuff and veggie, vegan type food as well. But it's not like all that. Do you know what I mean? You have actually got like meat burger, like burger places.
Meat burgers.
Flesh burgers. I want flesh.
That's my wrestling name. Meat burger.
Mine's meat drapes.
So yeah, if you're gonna stop drinking, like just pull yourself out of that hole a little bit. Do something, you know, that like not challenge you. I always have this thing, like, you know, when people say like, oh, I gotta do things to challenge me. I'm like, no, stop challenging yourself. Like, kind of just accept yourself. Do you know what I mean? I think it's like a really fine line between going, I'm gonna do this because it's a challenge, or I'm gonna do this because it'll affirm something I know I can do. And that's not a challenge. That's like kind of just going, I knew you could do that. So that's how I see it. It's like, I want to stop drinking.
And I'm sitting here and I'm like, oh, fuck yeah. I always give myself stupid little challenges.
No, but it's like,
I'm listening, I'm like, oh.
But I think if you think deep down, if you look at it, it's probably like a challenge would be like, I'm going to run for president of America. Like, that's ridiculous. But like for me, my yearly challenge is to run 27 miles. But it's like, I know I can do it. And it's just reminding myself every year that I can do it. Like when you do ultras, it's reminding yourself you can do ultras.
It could be like the Landathon. That could be our a fair minute, you know.
Yeah.
We do that every year.
I think David Goggins said something about that before. It's like he's like, recertifying as a savage.
Fucking birthday.
Recertifying as a savage, that's what he said. But like, like you said, I think it is just like, you kind of know where you're at, isn't it? I suppose. And also it's like that little, that yearly reminder, actually, like, okay, this is who I am, this is what I do, and this is what I'm capable of. Yeah, I get what you mean, actually, because like you said, I think there's two elements to it when it comes to challenges. So like, if you challenge yourself in a way, so like, as a way of sort of creating change or learning more about yourself, because I think that's a big thing. So many people don't challenge themselves in whatever way. And even if they think, oh, well, actually, I haven't ran a 5K before, but I've run 3K, running 5K is still a challenge, but probably not as much as if they said, oh, I'm going to run a marathon. But like, I think what they get from that then is if they go and do, say, a 10K or half marathon or marathon, they get to the end of it and they go, oh shit, actually, I'm like quite like proud of myself or whatever. And like you end up, it builds up that self-esteem or like that view of who you are going
definitely.
forward. But no, I get that. Actually.
I only say it because like
nice way to look at it,
a challenge is kind of like, it feels like you're kind of pushing against yourself.
Yeah.
Like you feel like you're going in one direction, so I'm going to challenge myself, not like because I want to change.
Yeah.
But what a challenge actually does is you just kind of go in, you can do it. It's like, this is what, and that doesn't feel like a challenge to me. That feels like more like an acceptance. Like, so it's a little trick, mental trick. And another massive one is go out running in nature. Like, so.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Just go out in nature, because I'm a big believer in things like panpsychism, where there's like everything's got matter in it. If there's mass, there's matter. And I when I think back to like how I was really like healing, going through like a healing thing where I was running, trying to get over my drink thing, trying to get over like a lot of stupid shit that I'd done. And when I was running around the pavements in Slattery, I didn't really feel like I was getting lots of benefit. Yeah. But when I went to Pembrey or I ran on the beach or around the mountain, I really felt like that was like a massive bit of healing, So
I was going to ask what trails you running in, because I've seen your Insta when you're on the trails. If where is that?
I sometimes go to Pembrey if I'm going to do a video. I'm shouting.
Yeah, Pembrey's decent in there.
Pembrey, yeah, and there's no signal down there, so no one can find you.
Yeah,
which is really nice. It's always exciting to think you could die on a run and no one would ever find you. I like.
I think that all the time. I'm like, I get out of time now. I'm back. Who's going to find me?
I was at Brandy Cove in the night time the other night.
Oh yeah, it was like yesterday. I seen that.
Yeah, I think it might have been. Yeah. I think it was yesterday, yeah. Like, in my head, I'm thinking, like, because I went in the water as well. I went in the water, skinny dipped, and in my head, I'm thinking, if I die right now, someone's just going to find a naked body in Brandy Cove.
Yeah.
It's
I'm going to piece that together.
Yeah. Like you said, I think
it's a female.
Yeah, no, I had that once before in, was it Pentagare Woods? I left my phone in the car. I thought, fuck this. I was like, I'm going to just go for a run. Not going to take my phone.
Yeah.
And I was like, I started going off-road then, do you know what I mean? And I thought I knew Pentagare Woods, but it's fucking huge.
Yeah. We went before. You did all those little trails, right?
Well, this is it. I went on a mad, like, little journey, and I got lost, right? So I thought, I was a bit like, oh, fuck, I don't know where I'm going. I think I'll try this way. I did like 1.5 miles, and then got back to where I was when I found out I was lost. And, like, the sun was just setting. It was pretty cold. I had no phone. I had no jacket. And I was, in my head, I'm thinking, like, if I die out here now, I'm fucked. Like, no one's going to find me. I didn't know it. And then I seen some guy, like, walking down the stream, like, trying to, I don't know.
Walking down the stream?
Long hair.
Walking down the stream. I see some guy walking down the stream with a cross.
My son.
I swear to God, he was walking down the street.
Okay, so now
was it stream or street?
Stream.
He was on his way to the job centre. There was some shadow boxing. It's the same guy. It's the same guy.
He was a bit strange. I mean, I kind of said to him, like, oh, look, man, I'm a bit lost, but he just kind of, he went like, that way. You know, I was a bit like, that way what? Like, that way out or that way? Because it was a different direction to where I'd come. He's and I was a bit like, oh, okay, cool. So, and that made it worse then, because I'm thinking it's like nearly dark. I'm in the middle of fucking nowhere. There's a guy walking down the street.
And you've taken advice from him. You've taken directions from a guy walking down the stream.
Yeah, I managed to get back anyway. I
wonder what happened to him. What happened to that guy in the stream?
It's a bit weird, actually. I didn't really think that much about it at the time, but yeah, he was a bit strange walking down the stream. It wasn't a deep stream. It was just a
deep stream.
It's a deep stream.
Maybe the stream led to the M&S food in Forest Fach.
It was heading in that direction.
Yeah, maybe he was just on his way to get like some hummus.
He's probably recovering from spending £9 on a pack of Percy Pigs.
Looking for his teeth after
He's like,
pack of Percy Pigs. Gonna walk down the stream. His wife is
I
like,
need to cleanse myself.
Gonna walk down that stream and work out what I've just done.
Maybe we'll find them next time in the woods.
They're great. I like Percy Pigs on the Ultra.
Yeah.
I love them.
Yeah.
Good.
Aldi's version though, because I can't afford the one from that.
I'm saying yeah, as if I don't think I have tried them. I think, but well, do me? Yeah. I know I have. Yeah, no, I do. Like
Percy Pigs. It's basically
I do like them. I know what they are, but I don't know if I like
jelly babies for Tories.
Yeah, for Tories.
Yeah. That's what Percy Pig is. It's a jelly baby for a Tory. Like. Definitely.
That might be a Tory.
It must be. Yeah.
Oh, man.
You are from Mumbles.
If you're eating sweets from M&S, yeah, and you're from Mumbles. Have you got boating shoes, whatever they're called, boat shoes?
I haven't.
You should. You should just embrace it.
I might do.
Stop challenging yourself.
Next time I'll come with a jumper around my. I'll slick my arrows and I'll have some boat shoes.
You are.
I'll get in boat shoes. With
change the podcast name from pills.
Forest Gump thing.
From pills to austerity, and then
from Pims to Hills.
There you are. So
I can't say fuck more. I'm sitting here eating grapes.
We're doing well for a first episode.
Right, should we touch on Running Punks then? Because
fuck yeah,
I know a lot of people are going to know you from Running Punks.
You've put the brightness down so much on that. That's why I've been trying to look at it for about 6 months, trying to figure out when.
Yes.
I know. We need telescopes here.
Yeah, tell us about Running Punks.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I'll tell you about it.
Tell us.
What do you want to know?
Whatever. When did it start? When did it start? When did the idea come about?
Password your Instagram.
So, what is it? I don't know the password.
Did Running Punks want to sponsor a podcast?
Yeah, I reckon. We'll do it. We need to do our accounts first. We've got like a week left to do them. Running Punks. So I started running again in 2019. Immediately, I was like on social media, like an 18-year-old girl, just going, "Oh my god, I feel amazing! Why haven't I been doing this for a long time?" And then one of my friends from school called Rodri Morgan, not the MP, the former First Minister. I'm not that old. He got in touch with me, and I was in a band with Rodri in school, and he just started running, and he was like asking for some advice. And then I was kind of like, I have no idea how to give running advice. Like one of the things that I try and stress to people is I might have run professionally, but I haven't got a clue. Like I really am. I do training plans, £30 by the way. But I have no idea. I have no idea. I just stood up and run.
I don't know whether to ask, do you or you take it?
No, I generally do. I do training plans, but they're unconventional.
Yeah.
So I was like giving him an advice in a way that made sense to me. You know, so he'd be like, "Oh, how can I work on a faster cadence?" And I'd say things like, "Oh, just imagine you got a massive rock in your shoe or something, and you don't want to put your feet in the ground." Like, and it was making sense for him, and it was getting him running more and more. And then I did Llanelli half marathon, and he did the full marathon, like the Great Welsh one. And we saw each other there, and we hadn't seen each other since school. And he was kind of saying like how much like the advice and the stuff I've been putting online is helping him get into running because he doesn't feel like he fits into a run club, and it's nice to someone who's a musician talking about running. And we just had the conversation like it was really simple in Wetherspoons in Port Talbot. And we were like,
fucking places.
Yeah, like Captain Beanie in there, that guy who dresses like a bean.
Have you seen Captain Beanie?
No.
You joking? Well, he's the guy who's got beans all tattooed over his head.
Yeah.
He's got the National Bean Museum.
Yeah.
So he's in there. There's a guy walking up a stream. There's all these characters in there, and we were like, "Hey, let's like start a run club for people who wouldn't usually go to a run club."
Yeah.
And we had like loads of different names, and then we settled on Running Punks. And then our plan was to be like, we were going to do this thing where when bands came to Cardiff on tour, we'd contact the venues and just say, look, if anybody in the band wants to go for a run, we'll take them running.
That's a class idea.
With the Running Punks. But then lockdown hit, so it just became an online thing, and just all these people in lockdown started following us.
It's
and
massive now, isn't it?
I was like, I was doing the things where I was like running and reviewing music.
Yeah, I was going to say that because I remember you seeing your album reviews.
Yeah, I was doing that, and people were kind of like instantly giving something to listen to. And then they just go and run in without even thinking about distance and stuff. They go, oh, Jimmy's recommended this album. He says it's half hour long. They were listening to it and they were doing half-hour run.
Didn't the guy from The Darkness, some terrible names, the guy from The Darkness was like...
Justin Hawkins thinks I'm a genius. Yeah. It's fine. I'm totally cool with it. But yeah, I ran and reviewed like a Darkness album and he loved it. And then he got in touch because he's a runner. And so it's just kind of like, I think it's done quite a lot in not closing that gap, but bringing music fans and musicians quite close because they've got that love of running. And I know like running punks go to gigs with someone, like a band who's playing and someone in that band is a running punk. So the fans have got something to talk to with their favourite bands, and I do run clubs, like normal music festivals, not like Love Trails, where I take like people running and stuff. So that's running punks,
They've branched out as well there, because I've seen like there's running punks Bristol. Luke Merritt from the Pegs events. He's always
that's right. Yeah.
There's one like in Manchester or something. I've seen loads of little ones like popping up like on Instagram, different running.
Yeah, they've been popping up all over because it was. I was very aware it was seeming like a Cardiff thing, very much a Cardiff thing. So it was kind of just encouraging people to start their own running punks run club in wherever they are. So yeah.
How many? Do you know how many members there is?
It must be like a couple of million.
What?
No, I don't know.
You are so gullible.
What? Yeah. What? I really don't know. I really don't know.
You see so many though, like Pegasus events. I can only comment on them because the ones I most have done. But you just see everyone wearing running punk stuff.
Yeah.
I gotta say the clothes are like I'm banging. Like you buy some clothes and like not well made. Like I got a couple of t-shirts, a couple of vests, and like the thing, the logo wouldn't peel off and that. I love it.
It's child labour. Like,
it's a Chinese sweatshop.
If those kids need the money, they'll stitch it properly.
You tell them they're not eating, that logo ain't coming off.
But yeah, I get photos quite regularly from people who out walking somewhere and they're like, I just saw running punk. And they'll send a photo of like a blurred top in the distance. I'm like, I think that's a running punk top. But you're like, yeah, cheers. A friend of mine messaged me today actually. He said, I put like a little video up today and he's like, I saw someone in that jacket running around Victoria Park in London last week.
Is that?
It's mad, yeah, it is crazy.
I was going to say, that must be quite strange actually. Yeah. To know that it's like, it's just literally come out, like you said, an idea that two of you have been talking about or whatever, and then put together. And like you said, it's seeing it everywhere. And then like, is it not, you haven't got any in like Europe, like abroad or?
Well, running punks in, we haven't got any run clubs, but we've got loads. No, there's loads of running punks in Europe.
Oh, is it?
Loads of them, yeah. And in America.
Yeah.
Yeah, America is probably as many in America as there are over here. Yeah.
That's mad.
Yeah, it's mad. It's I don't know, it's kind of nice because like run clubs have come on so much since we had that idea. It truly felt like an original idea at the time. But now you've got like breweries or run clubs, cafes. I don't think it was really, I wasn't aware of anything like that. And it's nice that running clubs have come on loads, but running punks still feels a bit unique because it's kind of like we're just scruffy. I just feel, and like, none of us are like massive influencers. We haven't really got that. We don't really take proper photos. It still feels very kind of like as basic as it did at the start. It kind of hasn't evolved, basically, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We just put out new kit, but the original thing stays the same. It's like if you love music and you're probably a little bit socially awkward, then this is the run club for you.
I remember the running punks aid station in the Vogum last year. It was amazing because they were like they'd like drawn on the floor like punks this way, and I was like, "This is class." I'm fucking dying, mate. The guys, what do you want, mate? I was like, "Something to help me live."
It's such a funny thing though because I don't get involved in any of that stuff.
Oh, did you?
No one mentions it to me. I just see it happen. I'm like, oh, what the hell?
I
never like. No, literally, I just see and I go, oh, that's happened, and I really like that.
Yeah,
because it's nice to have like just had the idea.
Yeah, the community's like proper tight knit.
Yeah, and then just kind of like
let it go.
Yeah. And I don't go to many run clubs anymore, but I've been to a few, and like nobody knows you're the person who had the idea.
Yeah.
You just turn up and you try and crack on with people. They're like, "Fuck, this is weirdo. Who's this bald guy doing trails in normal shoes?"
head to toe running punk stuff.
Yeah, like, oh, you're a fan here. I love it.
In a three-piece shirt, like.
Do you know what? It's a true story. I was in when
that makes sense.
When I was recording my solo album, I stopped off. I was going to the studio in Wolverhampton. I stopped off in services on the M5, and I was having food. And this guy came in with a running punks hoodie on. And I was like, class. And then I was eating my food. I'm going to go say hello to him in there. He's probably going to love this. I was like, oh man, love your hoodie. And he's just like, cheers, pal. He had no idea. No idea. Like, okay. So I was like, that. But for me, that's perfect. That's perfect. Yeah.
I do like that. And what I was going to say, like, you mentioned about like the run clubs and stuff setting up now, because there's loads actually, isn't there? Like, for something, if we, like, there's going to be a rave run from where we are now, now actually, next week. But I was going to say, what would you say is like some of the key things that people can do if they want to set up their own community? Because I think so many people try and set up a community, and what I've found personally is it's actually when you're not trying to set it up, but just doing something that's the right thing to do, that's when it happens. Do you know what I mean? But what would you say is like, you know, some of the stuff you've learned maybe about that kind of side of it?
To be honest with you, I know nothing about setting up a run club. Generally, all I know about is just like maintaining the same message on social media. That's kind of my thing, is kind of, you do feel sometimes like, oh, I could be doing more to get more people away of us on social media. But my thing is like, no, this is what's worked. I'm just going to stick to it, and I'm just going to always say like, this is what I want from running, and I kind of don't really change my goals much. It's like, I just want to run to music, have a good time, and try not to pull my groin every time I go running. But what I will say from like the feedback I get from the run clubs which are doing well is just kind of like everybody just go at the same pace, you know, and just have this thing where people don't dread going. It's like, we will have loads of stops. And I guess maybe I'm not giving myself enough credit, but at Green Man, the Green Man Festival Run Club I set up, which is really good, to the point where I don't have to go anymore. Like, I didn't go last year and people turned up to run. It's kind of, we stop a lot. Yeah. We ask people like, when do you want to go? So it's kind of like not really have a run leader. It's just like let them decide what they want to do, how far they want to go. And
that's why I hate running with you and Frankie and Billy, because you're just like
yeah. But it's like a run club. It's like you wouldn't go to a nightclub and some people would be in different rooms.
Yeah.
You'd all be together.
Exactly,
you know what I mean? So
take notes.
Look at it.
Stick on my face.
It's like a club. You wouldn't have a book club and everyone's got different books. So people are, you know, you'd all be focusing on the same thing. So I think if you just have that idea with your run club, it's like this is a club and we're all going to do the same thing together.
Yeah, no, I love that when we said stick together, it doesn't matter what pace.
Yeah.
It was like that when we did the rave run. We didn't, no one like belted off ahead. We all just stuck together.
Yeah.
That was good, that was.
That's right.
We were all over the shop, weren't we?
Not at the start, we didn't.
There's a couple of people at the back, But I mean, to be fair, we were filming.
I was too busy sprinting.
We were filming. It was like, you know, it was a bit of a thing for the content. That one was for the first thing, but yeah, no, I think like that was a lesson learned. Actually, like you said, same thing. I thought, you know, people have gone at different paces. Some people want to get like a quicker time, but it's not really that kind of run. Actually, like it is, like you said, more about the getting everybody together.
It's a group activity, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's a group activity, and I think. Yeah, just remind people like we're going to do this together. You know, now and again you run with someone who's boiling your piss and you don't want to race them.
That's what
boiling your piss. You know, you can just feel your piss boiling and like
that must be Billy, because he said to one of the boys is running an ultra Saturday night, and Billy says to Rich, if they're doing 35 miles. And he goes, if it's under 7 hours, it doesn't count. And I was like, what?
Oh, no.
And then Rich went on ChatGPT and went, right, if I run 12-minute miles, for argument's sake, this much 4,000 feet elevation across 35 miles, how long will it take me? And ChatGPT came back like 7 hours 50. And he was like, well, I'm never going to stick to 12-minute miles. He just loves going fast, doesn't he?
Yeah, but he's, you know, I think that on trail runs, especially ultras, like you just like, I think the best thing is taking away the time in, like I found that as well. Like just taking away the time, factor and just going for it. Just actually like, that's kind of why I've liked the self-organized ones I've done in the past, because you just go for it. Yeah. You know, and
don't look at pace, just run how you feel.
Yeah, you know, like, and don't get me wrong, you don't want to be out all fucking day.
No.
But like, actually that can be quite fun then if you're just, instead of you think I'm going to kill myself, you're doing a 4-hour whatever or 5-hour thing, and actually just like you said, stop when you want to go for a coffee on the way.
More adventure. It's more enjoyable. Like when we've done something like that, it's more enjoyable when you stop for a bit.
It is definitely. And I realised how much of a hypocrite I sound when we say we met at Love Trails when I dropped everybody. And I run together.
Everyone together.
Take your time.
Thank you.
Remember when I met you? You dropped everybody up the mountain. Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
That's me. That's me. Like full of shit.
I was filmed that so I could.
One day.
You are?
So one day, just be at the front. When you're all injured.
Yeah, you just got to start 20 minutes earlier or something. And just
Yeah.
Or no, just like, not you, I just mean in general. Put the producers in the back room, like,
Sweating over a curry.
I'm not going to dig a hole any deeper.
Let's go. Do you want to pause it and just charge in 5 minutes quickly?
We got 3% battery on the laptop, but
I need to go in about 3 minutes.
oh, there we are. Well, I'll tell you what, we got one more.
Go on, let's do it.
One more. We got two more questions then, right? So obviously you do the running album reviews. You said about that. So anybody who wants to listen to that kind of stuff, so everybody likes punk music and running album reviews for running.
Yeah, you got it.
They got it. Yeah.
You got it.
Follow running punk social media. But the Rebels Relay you wanted to talk about, didn't you?
Yeah, the Radio 6 Rebels Relay. Seen that?
Yeah,
I did it last year? But then this year you're going for the moon.
Yeah,
the moon and back.
Yeah. So last year, just before Christmas, Six Music got in touch and they were like, "We want to do this thing in January where we get our listeners running in January. How far do you think we can run?" And we were like just chatting on the phone, and I had no idea. So I was like, 600 miles because Six Music, and we did like 600 miles on the first day. So then this target kept going and going. So it was like, oh, maybe we could do a lap of the world. And then in the end, by the end of January, we've done like 5 laps of the world. And so people who are listening will go for a run and they just text in how far they've run. And then we had like a Strava group as well. And then they were like, oh, we'll do this all year round. It'd be amazing. We'll do it all year round. And then classic BBC, you get ghosted. So I didn't hear from them again. And then they got in touch just before Christmas again. They said, we're going to do it again in January.
Oh, amazing.
But there was no discussion about the distance this time. They're just like, we're going to go to the moon and back. And I Googled it and I was like, that's 500,000 miles. Like, what? So the first time they had me on the radio, they're like, do you think we could do it? I was like, no. Like, literally, no, we're not going to do it. But
500,000 miles.
Our aim now is to run to the moon, 250,000 miles. I think we've done about 100,000 so far.
Yeah. Nice.
We've got a week left, so. But yeah, it's good. It's just not going to do it.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, like. But it's just nice to have a thing where, again, running and music is a bit mainstream and people are listening. Like, it's just getting people who are not normal runners out running.
Yeah.
That's the thing. So I love that.
That's a good way to end it.
Is it? We ending it, we?
Well, you've got to go for Chinese, isn't it?
I got to go for Chinese. There's a weird woman who's told us all none of us are in the circle.
Yeah.
So we need to go speak to her, find out what kind of circle.
I thought she was singing. Because she had music blasting, so I was like, oh, she's enjoying herself. And then she's like, oh, you're not in the circle? I was like,
she was fucking filming me when I was walking in. Yeah, I was like,
She's like, oh, top influencer. You're the one when I found a brand new comb.
You're the naked man. No, have you got anything else you want to ask?
No, well, the battery's going to die now.
You got 3%
Next time
battery.
charge the laptop.
Yeah.
You can ask.
It's a botch job, wasn't it?
But it was good. I think it was nice to be your first guest.
Thank you for being our first guest as well.
Yeah, I'm a good first guest to have because I'll just ride her out.
Yeah.
You know, we're in this together.
Next
right?
guest has got a buddy. I can't think what I'm trying to say.
Who you can have next?
Elton John.
Is a secret.
Yeah, we're recording it on Thursday,
Monday,
the 23rd, and we're recording it on Monday. Yeah, so
secret is it?
I mean, interesting one. He's done some stupid
mad stuff.
shit.
Okay, cool.
It's Captain Beanie.
Captain Beanie.
Yeah, we'll tell you after the podcast. After the cameras go off now. But have you got anything you want to share with anybody? Anything you'd like to say? Like classic.
I really need a piss.
And before we go as well.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for having you.
Yeah. If I've been slouching, I'm sorry. But I just had 2 Gaviscon. And my stomach feels liquid.
My posture was...
Yeah, I feel like I'm slouching. I feel like I might get judged.
My posture...
if you're watching this and you're judging me on my posture, get a grip.
I say no. I got a random question. So a random question. I was thinking this to drive down. I was like, let's ask these guys a random question. A would you rather question.
Okay.
So would you rather have the legs, same proportion, everything, as a sparrow, but your body's the same?
Okay.
Or would you rather have the same head as a sparrow, but then your body's the same?
Interesting. Well, I like running, so if I had sparrow's legs, I couldn't run. I could run with a sparrow's head.
Can you imagine seeing a full-grown man with a tiny sparrow's head?
I think because I
could about the trails.
I could never wear headphones again, or maybe I could have one headphone for my whole head.
Yeah.
I would take a sparrow's head,
I think I'd take the legs for a laugh.
Why though? What are you on about?
Because can you imagine just like guy cutting about on the prom and
But you won't be able to do it. You won't be able to do it.
The legs can withstand your weight. Well,
Oh, right, you didn't say that.
they can. They can. Oh,
Okay.
they couldn't be pointless that if you
No. Sparrow's head, I would open a hairdresser's. I'd become a hairdresser, and it'd be like Sparrow haircuts or something. I'd have a TikTok account, and I would get normal people who didn't have sparrow heads, and I would try and cut their hair in a way so they look like a sparrow. You know, and then be this thing like go get a sparrow trim, and then I would branch out. I'd work closely with the RSPB, and I would
RSPB.
yeah,
Well,
the birds.
birds,
Yeah,
yeah.
right.
And I would get like bird watchers, and I'd be like, "What are you trying to find?" And I'm like, "Okay, I can make your head look like that," and then you could just blend seamlessly into the countryside and find your favorite bird.
Can you imagine?
So
Just like sticking your head over a hedge, like in a park, and like, oh, look at that sparrow, and a man walks.
Yeah,
past.
like, oh, is that a swan? Like, I imagine like a swan one would be really easy to do. Just plait it up, make him look like a swan.
A swan neck. Imagine that.
Yeah.
You said you'd be fucking. You know, if you were, I don't know, 5'10" with a swan neck, you'd be 18 foot.
Yeah,
You walk around like that,
that's why I want to do it. That's actually what I really want to
just
do.
fucking attacking people in the Federal League.
Yeah.
In 10 years, probably go to Turkey and have a transplant to have a swan head.
Speaking of Turkey, have you seen the guy? I think it's a Turkish guy. He's like a Turkish barber, and he's fucking slapping.
Oh, the guy's
people.
in the chair.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's like ASMR. isn't it?
ASMR, yeah.
Oh
And
yeah,
he
yeah.
said that, yeah, he's doing all this stuff, and it's
He's
like,
literally, he's got like a frying pan, and he's like, dong, 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 dong on the back of their head. He's got everything. He's got a hoover, and he's like, on their head. And he gets like oil. He's like, here. I'm like, mate, I came from fucking back and sides. What's going on? Oh god.
Jimmy, absolute pleasure. Where you going?
Oh, he's off.
Oh, he's off.
Enough.
He's,
Where you gone? Spinning me out now. No, joking. Thanks for having me.
Pleasure.
Thank you.
Good to see you.
Are we hugging
Thank
or?
you. Yeah, let's
We're
hug it
having
up.
yakking or what?
Oh, fucking hell. We're breaking for the grace.
Yeah. I feel awkward.
I love
I'm in the
that.
middle.
I love that.
Oh.
Right,
We'll
here
go
we
for
are.
that wank now.
Up the swans.
See you next time.
Oh, lovely. Save it before the battery goes.